morning. So I had made a post the other day about feeling stuck or feeling blocked or something along those lines. I don't like to say all those words too much because very often we keep perpetuating the situation, and I don't want to do that with myself. So someone had asked me to go further into that, and so I'm going to go into it a little bit, not too much, because I am starting to loosen up that block. What do we do when we're feeling stuck? Like, feeling stuck means what? To me, when I'm unable to access my creative flow and put out stuff. Now, putting out stuff can mean many things. I write a lot. I wrote a book. It's on Amazon. I'm planning to write more, but my laptop's still not perfectly fixed yet, so I want to wait until I can get that taken care of. I write a lot on Facebook, which a lot of people say they don't use Facebook anymore, but I always get a lot of interactions on Facebook, so I don't know what they're talking about. One thing I really want to say is, when I'm feeling that, sometimes sometimes we can get into a place of despair, worrying about that we can't get it out, right? It's like when you get something stuck in a pipe and you can't get it out, so you have to go and get the roto-rooter and blah, 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 all the things, Yoga practice can help be a roto-rooter. I will say this, and I've said this a lot, and a lot of people, I don't think, agree with me, but that's because they've never really done a mantra sadhana. A sadhana with a very strong Diksha mantra is really the deepest roto-rooter I've ever encountered. Some of them really, really dig out your emotions and pull them to the surface. You have to deal with them, and then they move on. Or sometimes there's more, and you keep pulling and pulling and pulling, and you never seem to finish. But there hits a certain point where it shifts, and then it's like, okay, now I can see the light again. It's kind of why I wanted to show the video of the surrounding areas with the sun out. It's supposed to be raining. This is the beginning of monsoon season. It's supposed to be cloudy, and it's beautiful and sunny. So even nature can show us that it's all possible, because the light is still there, even when it's not supposed to be. It's there, or it doesn't seem like it's going to be. It's still there. So it's all about our perception. Of course, everything in reality is about our perception. We have to get our mind under control a little bit, and also not too much under control, because then it fights back. So it's not about getting it under control. That's the wrong words to use, but that's the only words I've got right now, because it's early and I'm just not terribly articulate. So I was feeling it the other day really strongly. I've been here for almost 2 weeks and couldn't get anything to come out, and nothing was working, and I kept doing my sadhana and kept doing my sadhana. My sadhana meaning, to me, it can be partially my asana practice, and it can be a few other things, but mostly it's my mantra sadhana. In Tantra, we use mantra sadhana from our gurus, and if they know you well, they can give you the next mantra that will help dig a little deeper in a different spot, something like that, so that you can clear out all the bullshit. And really, it's about clearing out the bullshit. Mantra is also embodying the deity that it invokes, so that wakes that energy up inside yourself. And when that wakes up inside yourself, that's when all of this stuff gets destroyed. If you know anything about Devis, goddesses in India, most of them are pretty fierce, and they all destroy the evil. Well, the evil is within us. The dark side we have within us, which is part of us, But it's about finding balance and overcoming in every situation. Sometimes you need a little bit of the darkness, sometimes you need a lot more of the light. So it just depends on the situation. So you have to find the right mantra for you. So if you're drawn to a certain devi, that mantra is usually the right one for you. And then you can have others also, but sometimes all you need is one. But this isn't about that, it's about being stuck. So even though I felt like nothing was moving, I couldn't get anything to move. I was doing my practice, my asana practice every day, sweating a lot. It's hotter here than I was used to, so my hands are swollen up, so I can't wear all my rings like I usually wear every day. By evening I can again. And when you feel like it's not coming out physically, mentally, you feel really bloated. And so, I feel bloated now. I'm looking at myself in this camera and I see these puffy spots, which aren't really too puffy. I feel the bone right there. I've just been sleeping like a dead person here since I was lately, so it's showing on my face. I kept doing everything, not concerning myself with the outcome. Expecting results. Well, I should say this. You should expect results. They do give results. But expecting results that you expect a certain thing to happen. It's probably not going to happen that way. That's the way it works. They don't give it to you the way you want it. They give it to you the way you need it. And once you get in alignment with that, you often get what you want, because the flow happens. The flow starts to happen, and it's really magical. So one thing I love about living in India is it's most people are mired down in going to work, doing all this stuff, and still making a living and putting food on the table and all that stuff. But there's a magical quality here that exists everywhere. And when you live somewhere where there's a temple and that energy is invoked daily, you get a little bit more taste of that. And that's why when I was in the city all the time, I often went to so many temples every day, because I was looking for that feeling. I get that feeling very quickly here where I live now. And it's magical. So you keep doing the things, and if you don't have anything, ask some people, what do you do? I need to figure out how to get through this, and what do you do? And they should tell you, and you can try it, or you don't have to try it. But if you end up finding someone, a teacher, you don't have to use the word guru, but a teacher who can tap into their instincts and give you some advice based on their experience, based on the teachings they have embodied, then they can usually help you get through this stuff. And it's not quite as big of a deal as we make out of it, which, especially with the Western mind, we tend to make a big deal because we overthink everything. So keep doing the things. Meditate, chant your mantra, go to kirtans if you like kirtans, read scriptures, go out and walk in nature. Number one is a big thing for me. And keep plugging away at it. Don't, think like you're pushing through. Just surrender to the process. Surrender is more. Let go. Quit expecting something, and then it will come to you. As like the law of attraction says, often when you are expecting a result, you're attached to that result, and you don't have space for the magical way it can manifest. And you need to have that space, because the universe can give it to you in so many other more beautiful ways that you can even imagine. And what's wrong with receiving it in a different way if you receive it, right? So, okay, that's all I got. I'm going to go enjoy this day. I will give you another view of our property here, and notice the blue sky and the clouds here and there. The house is over there, that's the blue roof. and enjoy your day.